are the starting lineups for the Ponies and the Trojans. See if we can get us turned up in here. I can't hear a thing.
That's better.
That's better?
That's
All
much
right.
better. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. We're live here in Kellyville, bringing you your Lady Ponies against the Lady Trojans from Kiefer. These two teams had a matchup last week at the Ripley tournament, and unfortunately for the Ponies, the Kiefer Trojans took the win 62-52 at the Ripley tournament. Trojans come in 11-0, ranked number 4 in 3A, and your Lady Ponies are 4-6. Jacob, at that game, I didn't see the entirety of the game against Kiefer during the Ripley tournament, but we stayed right there with them. It's a 10-point game, but really it was anybody's game. We had a little bit of six-man interference, if you know what I mean. Had some tough calls from the refs at the tournament there. So McGuire with the rebound.
She's bringing it up the floor, pressing hard against number 15. I believe that's Coons. Byram for three. Her shot's way short. Rebounded by McGuire. That pass is, or that deflection is in the hands of Coons. Now she drives up the floor against Harwood. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by number 14. Her pass out to 21. That shot just off the mark. Rebounded by Kaiser with the tip from Pickering. Kaiser now bringing it up the floor. Guarded by number 21. And I don't have names, Terry. I'm sorry.
I'll help you out. Hendricks is 21.
Hendricks is 21. McGuire now up at the top of the key. 15 is Coons, right?
No, 15 is Faith Williams.
All right, Williams. Sorry about that.
Coons is 14.
14, okay. I knew she was one of those teen numbers. Byram now on the wing. Guarded by Coons, now McGuire. Over to Kaiser. Guarded by Hendricks. Harwood guarded by number 1. She takes a step back three. That's just off the mark. And that's out of bounds off Jocelyn Byram.
Number 1 for Kiefer is Watashi. So scoreless here with just about 2 minutes expired here in the first quarter.
Hendricks drives in. She's fouled. That foul's on Kaiser. Hendricks at the line. She makes her first. And she misses her second. That's Pony ball. Byram into McGuire. She takes it down the floor now. McGuire over to Kaiser, guarded by Hendricks. To Byram. Byram now driving in, guarded by Coons. Ponies retain the ball. And it's Pony possession. Pickering now passing in. Wants to get it to Harwood, but she can't. Gets it to McGuire. McGuire now guarded by Williams. Pass into Pickering. Pickering takes the shot just off the mark. Rebounded by number 21, Hendricks. And now she brings it up the floor. She's guarded by Harwood. Tip and the steal from Kaiser. Now to Harwood, guarded by Hendricks. Secondary by Watashi. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser now driving in the lane. That's blocked, but she gets it back. Looks for a pass. Over to Pickering. Passes out to Harwood. Harwood shot just off the mark. Rebounded by Pickering. And she's guarded by 13. Now it's Kaiser up top. Over to McGuire. Guarded by Williams. That's off the foot of Watashi. Still Pony ball.
Still only a 1-point ball game, 1-0. Kiefer with the lead. 4:54 left here in the first. So a lot of defense we're seeing here in the first quarter.
It's into Kaiser. Kaiser's shot just off the mark. Rebounds it, gets it back up. No good again. Rebounded by McGuire. Over out to Pickering. Pickering shoots the three. That's just off the mark. Harwood with the tip. McGuire to take it. And Coons gets it off the tip. She's now guarded by Byram. Over to Hendricks, guarded by Harwood. Now it's Williams, guarded by McGuire. Over to Watashi. That pass is just off the mark. It goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Watashi just off her fingertips. A little too high pass from Williams there. So Kiefer turns the ball over. 4:25 left here in the first period.
McGuire to Harwood. Harwood takes it in. And McGuire gets it off the tip from Byram as she can't hold on to it. Now it's 15. That's Williams. Over to Hendricks. Hendricks drives in. Pass to number 11. That's Vanilla. And that's a swish.
Still tough defense for both teams here. Very low scoring game. 3:40 left here in the first. It's 4-0. Kiefer. And they've got us 4 points off of a 3-point shot and one free throw. So
McGuire now driving in. And that layup's off the mark. Wow. Rebounded by Coons. Tries to get it over to Manila. And Pony ball.
That was a nice break up there by Kaiser. It caused that ball to deflect off the Kiefer player and go out of bounds.
McGuire to Harwood. Harwood guarded by Williams. Over to Kaiser. Now Kaiser's double teamed. Byram with the screen. Inside to McGuire. McGuire gets it over to Pickering. She gets it back over to Harwood. That shot's tipped. McGuire gets it. Now it's over to Byram. Over to Kaiser. Kaiser shoots a three. That shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by Harwood. Harwood's triple teamed as number 2 comes and takes it away. Hendricks with a shot. And that shot's good.
So with 2 3-pointers from the Trojans, they expand their lead 7-0. Kellyville having a hard time finding the net, getting good looks on the goal underneath really, but a lot of block shots by the Trojans. And that tie-up jump ball is going to go to Kiefer as Byram took a shot, missed, looked like she got her own rebound, but Kiefer was in there, able to get in there and tie it up. Another three by number 2, and it's off the mark. Number 2 is Smith.
Kaiser now bringing it up the floor. Pass to Harwood, guarded by Smith. Over to McGuire. She's double teamed. Over to Kaiser now. She's double teamed. Byram on the elbow. Back out to Kaiser. Over to Harwood. Harwood with the shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Coons. Over to Hendricks. Harwood playing tough defense. Over to Kaiser. That's wow.
Hendricks.
It's Hendricks on the move and the score.
A nice Euro step there by Hendricks to right down the paint, to step beside Kaiser, who was there on defense, but Hendricks just stepped around and made an easy layup, pushing the score 9-0. So Kiefer quickly, very low scoring game all the way about the 3-minute mark, and Kiefer hit a couple of threes, and then that layup there. And McGuire can't get her free throw to go. So Kellyville still unable to find the net here in the first quarter. 1:32 left. Still have a second attempt here. And she breaks the egg with that free throw. So 8-point ball game. Jump ball is going to be Kellyville possession. 1:16 left. Loose ball. Kellyville gets it back.
Harwood now over to Byram up at the top. Pass into Pickering, gets intercepted by Manila, and that is now Williams bringing it up the floor. Maddie, I am sorry if I am butchering your last name. If I am butchering it and you want to correct me, go for it. I am all ears.
Bonilla? I'm not sure.
Bonilla? I don't know. Like I said, if you want to correct me in the comments, sure, go for it. I'm all ears. That shot's just off the front of the rim by Coons.
Trying to listen to Coach Nance, who brings up a point. Coach Nance down on the microphone, filling in for Robbie, your dad, who's still under the weather. So everybody, thoughts and prayers for Robbie for a quick recovery. Still struggling a little bit. Been sick for almost 2 weeks now.
Yep.
But he has been a doctor, so he's on the mend. Just going to take some rest and some time. So we got Coach Nance down there on the microphone filling in, doing a good job.
Harwood, that shot's off the mark.
19.9 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Kiefer calling for a one shot.
And a total of 10 points scored in this ball game in the first quarter so far. Kiefer going to try to add to that right here at the last, about 10 seconds left. And that ball's loose. And going to be backcourt. Kellyville ball with 3.4 seconds. So Kellyville going to have a chance to add to their 1 point. And here comes McGuire. McGuire with the fade jumper, and it's off the mark. And McGuire comes up hobbling a little bit from that shot. That's not a good sign. So Kellyville Lady Ponies, that's got to be a record quarter low for them. 1 point. Kiefer not much better, 9 points. So total of 10 for the entire quarter. Very low scoring, high defensive game so far. Kiefer's got their 9 points off 2 threes, a free throw, and a layup. So it's, I have to say, not a real exciting game so far. Just really tough defense though from both teams. So got to give both teams credit there on the good defense. But of course, everybody likes to see the ball go through the net. Folks, I'm glad to be back. Glad that Jacob's back with us. I hope that I did a fair job, just with the minimum ability using a cell phone. But I think that we were able to bring the games to you guys. And I also apologize on behalf of Ripley. And unfortunately, their broadcast just wasn't really that up to par. But in the big scheme of things, as people would call and complain to me, my answer was, well, at least you got to watch it.
Yeah.
So.
And, I mean, what you did bring with the bare minimum was, and I hate to say this, better than Ripley's broadcast.
Well, I would have I would have broadcast with my phone in Ripley if I'd have been able to tie into their Wi-Fi, but
yeah,
I didn't have their password, and I had no personal cell signal in that gym. That gym's just horrible for cell phone signal. So Byram on the outside, and that shot is off the mark, off the back of the rim. Kicks out. So Kellyville kind of starting the second quarter, still struggling a bit to find the net. We're getting shots on goal. We just can't get it to fall.
And Maddie's shot's out the mark. I'm just going to call her Maddie. So McGuire, that shot's no good. Rebounded by Maddie over to Williams now, or sorry, Hendricks now. That passes into Coons. And her shot's good.
And that was an easy jumper there for Coons right in the paint as she got back by a couple of defenders.
Harwood now over to Pickering. Jump ball called. That's pony ball.
What I can say so far this year, the Lady Ponies have had kind of a slow start, but they've come on strong. In the second quarter, if not in the second quarter, definitely in the second half. So I fully expect their offense to improve in this game to get a little closer.
Kaiser's pass to Harwood, a little bit too strong. Harwood couldn't contain it.
Ten-point ball game, 11-1.
Smith now getting a free open lane. Gets it out to Maddie, guarded by Pickering. Into Coons, and that shot's good.
Yeah, Coons got past her defender and has an easy layup.
Kaiser into Harwood. Harwood's shot is blocked by Coons.
They got Coons listed as 6'1", so that's probably the biggest height that the Lady Ponies have seen so far this season. So they're getting a lot of shots blocked by her.
Kirsten now bringing it up the floor. We got a foul on Hendricks.
And McGuire for two.
Smith over to Williams. Williams now guarded by McGuire. She drives in. That shot's deflected by Tony McGuire. Now it's Kaiser bringing it up the floor. She's guarded by Hendricks. Gets it over to McGuire. Now through the legs, nutmeg to Peterson. Over to Pickering, up to Kaiser.
And that pass is intercepted
By Smith. As she goes in, layups off the mark. Rebounded by Hendricks. Out to Coons. And that shot's good.
And Kellyville calls timeout, so Kiefer continuing to kind of build their lead, 16-3 off that last three-pointer. Kellyville was keeping it, 9-10-point game. And Coons just came down and hit that three, so that extended it to 13.
(16-3). 5 minutes left, second quarter.
It's 16-3, and so you would think the Kellyville defense is struggling a little bit, but it's not. It's not the defense. It's their offense. I think they're doing a fair job on defense. Their offense just can't find it for some reason.
Multiple ponies losing the ball. Over to Harwood, out to Kaiser. Now over to Byram on the wing. Some of these names are so hard to pronounce so fast. Over to McGuire now. Finds back to Kaiser. Over to Harwood. Now to Peterson. Peterson to Byram. Back to Kaiser. Over to Peterson. Back to McGuire now. Peterson gets it back. Now Harwood over in the corner. Out to Kaiser. She drives in, floater. Floater's off the mark, out of bounds on Kellyville.
4:16 left here in the first half. And here comes the Lady Trojans. The ball's deflected, and McGuire comes up with it. She drives in.
Wow.
What a layup by McGuire.
Hendricks over to Williams. Now to Watashi. Inside to Coons against Peterson.
Byram with the rebound.
Able to stop her there.
It almost looked like she got away with an extra step there. And there was another block by Coons as Byram tried to throw it up for a layup.
Watashi now, open three-pointer, doesn't take it, decides to pass it over to 5 as she takes the corner shot.
Yes,
for
Daniel.
2.
18-5, 3:10 left here.
These names are hard to learn on the fly, too, I'll say that. Kaiser to Peterson. Peterson
wide open, but doesn't take advantage to take the shot.
Byram, free throw shot, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Coons. She brings it up the floor now. Decides to hesitate, and she's fouled by Kaiser.
Kaiser's going to take a break. Bring Kreitzer in, and there's a rebound by McGuire. That's 5 rebounds so far by McGuire.
Byram, elbow shot, no good. Rebounded by Peterson. She goes back up with it. She's blocked by Hendricks.
That'll send her to the line for 2.
Oh, sorry. Yep, Hendricks.
And Peterson can't get it to go. So she'll come for her second attempt here. Kaiser's going to come back in the game, give McGuire a break.
Harwood tips it for Byram to get the steal. She goes in. I think she got away with an extra step there. That layup's off the mark. Now Williams bringing it up over to Watashi. Her shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Maddie. She goes back up with it. She's deflected. Byram gets the rebound over to Kaiser. Kaiser now to Harwood. Harwood to Peterson. Peterson over to Kaiser. Back to Peterson. Peterson still hesitating on that shot.
Yeah.
Kaiser back with it. Taken away by Coons. Her layup's just off the mark. Kaiser now with the rebound. She takes it in and
Williams knocks it loose.
Deflects that away. Tony coming into the game now for Kreitzer. Harwood now for 3, just off the mark. That's off a Kiefer player.
Here comes McGuire.
Peterson over to Byram, over to Kaiser. Kaiser launches one, Intended for McGuire.
A little too strong, too high, throws it out of bounds.
They're going to say that wasn't a catch. Oh, wrong sport again, sorry. Smith now bringing it up for the Lady Trojans.
Just over 1 minute left to play, 18-6.
Maddie pass to Smith, pass to 13. Now it's Benet guarded by Harwood. Her shot's no good. Gets the rebound, puts it back up, no good again. Gets it back, no good again. Harwood now bringing it up the floor. Byram now, and her shot's good.
And she was fouled on that, so she's going to have an opportunity to make it a three-point play here to go to the line for one. And that's in and out for Byram.
It's number 5 with the rebound. It's Daniel. Now Williams. Guarded by McGuire. Out to Smith, who's guarded by Kaiser. She throws it back to Daniel. Kaiser gets a hand on it. Pass inside to Williams. That shot's no good. Rebounded by Pickering. Tries to get it to... Gets it to Byram, sorry. Over to McGuire. Tony takes it in. Her shot...
She's going to be fouled. Boy, for a second there, I didn't think they were going to call a foul.
I didn't think they were either.
Kind of a late whistle with the ref right there, but he did call it, so it's going to send McGuire to the line, shooting 2. 6.6 seconds left. And that first one's off the mark. Second one's off the mark as well, and Kiefer comes up with a rebound. They're going to get another shot on goal here. And actually, they don't. She lost the handle and stepped out of bounds. So Kellyville able to close it to a 10-point game, 18-8 here at half with your Lady Ponies and Lady Trojans. Folks, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in about 8 minutes for the second half of your Lady Ponies. See you then.
right, we are back. And better than ever. But we
course.
won't mention that, so.
And Kiefer gets the ball to start. Faith Williams.
Now Coons over to 13. That's Bayois, I think. Now Coons again. Her shot's off the mark. Okay, I figured it out. Something's wrong with the rim.
Yeah, it's that end, I guess.
It's got to be. Kaiser, now to Byram.
So good for us. We're off that. We're off of that.
Yep, there it is.
There it is. It is the rim.
We figured it out. Jocelyn Byram coming out and shooting the second shot of the half.
So if I got my directions right, that's going to be the west end. That west end rim is just not happening tonight. However,
never mind.
Watashi just proves me wrong with that too.
Proved us both wrong. Oh, that was a 2.
Yeah, she was
on
just
the line.
inside.
Byram.
So mine's a 3-point or 10-point game.
Her shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Williams and over to Hendricks. Hendricks now guarded by Harwood. Hendricks now over to Coons inside. Her shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by McGuire. McGuire taking it up the floor. She drives in, and her layup is good. The Lady Ponies are coming out on a scoring streak right now, knock on wood.
They've closed within 8.
Williams over to Watashi. Over to Hendricks now, guarded by Harwood. Coons now, guarded by Byram. Over to Williams. Her shot's just off the mark, rebounded by Byram. Now she's guarded by Hendricks. She drives in, and she's fouled.
That was a nice move by Byram. They gave her the lane, and she took advantage and drove in. There's something I've noticed, Jacob, with our Lady Ponies this year is they need to do more of that right there. I feel like they really keep the ball outside too much and have some opportunities, some lanes to drive in like that, and they seem to pass it back out the majority of the time. So good job on Byram to recognize that and take advantage and drive back in. Nice rebound there by Byram.
And she's blocked by Hendricks and gets the ball back. Tries to pass it out, but still Pony ball. Possession arrow pointing this way. Byram, her shot is good.
Ponies close within 5, 20-5, 5:45 here in the third. There's a loose ball. Unfortunately, Harwood had her back. She was guarding her player, and she didn't see it. But that'd have been an easy steal. But Harwood just didn't realize it was right there, literally at her feet, right behind her.
Hannah Coons now at the line. Her first shot's off the mark.
And she makes her second, so 21-15. Here comes McGuire. Nice.
Pickering now with a floater. That's off the mark.
Oh, goodness. And Coons with a turnaround jumper for 2.
McGuire now to Harwood. Harwood in the corner. Back to McGuire. She gets it to Byram. Byram over to Pickering. Pickering with a shot. It's just off the front of the rim. Back to Byram with the rebound. Hendricks now bringing it up the floor. Guarded by Kaiser. Pass to Coons. And her shot's good.
And that's going to be Byram's second foul. She fouls Coons on that shot. And Coons made the layup despite the foul and goes to the line for one, trying to make a three-point play. And she does. So quickly, Kiefer back out to 11-point lead. Kellyville closed and then had about three offensive possessions they weren't able to do anything with. And there's a blatant foul that just goes uncalled. I don't know how they didn't see that against
Harwood.
Nice save by McGuire. Keep it alive for the Lady Ponies. And they get a foul called as Kaiser tries to get past Hendricks. And that's going to be Hendricks' third foul. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. 4:10 left here in the third period. Harwood with the ball in. That ball's deflected, but Kaiser comes up with it. Tough defense. There.
I honestly want to say that this is impressive.
The Lady Pony fans getting really upset with the referees. They're just having some quiet whistles. They're not calling a whole lot of fouls. They're letting a lot go. Which I don't know, sometimes that's a good thing, but sometimes it's not. There's a steal by Hendricks, and that's an easy lay-in. Kellyville with a timeout. 3:34 here left here in the third quarter. Your score is 28-15. Lady Trojans with the lead. It kind of concerns me a little bit, as loose as they're calling this game, that if they continue to do that in the boys' games, I sometimes when that happens in a boys' game, things start to get heated.
Yeah, most definitely, especially between these two teams.
And refs will lose control of the game real quick. So I hope that we don't see the same here in the next game coming up with the boys.
Absolutely.
There's that fine happy medium, you get with officiating and letting teams play and what have you. But, man, there's been some questionable, just blatant, right in front of your face type fouls that aren't getting called on both sides. It's not one-sided for sure, but it's kind of shocking.
Peterson over to Harwood. Harwood now to Pickering. Pickering looking for Kaiser. Gets it to her off a handoff. McGuire now with it. Inside to Pickering. Pickering comes around, goes pass intended for Harwood. Can't get it to connect. Goes out of bounds. Kiefer ball.
There's a steal by Kaiser.
Layup's just off the mark, rebounded by Peterson. Now McGuire, her shot's just off the mark, rebounded by Kaiser. Now the lay-in's good. Coon's shot, turnaround jumper is good.
30-17, 2:18 left here in the third.
Kaiser now to Harwood. Harwood to Peterson.
And Peterson
with the shot. Way over. Over to McGuire. Rebound Peterson. Puts it back up.
Still can't
just
get
off
it
the
go.
mark.
You know, even though Peterson was way long on that three, they're leaving her wide open like that, and she needs to just keep shooting the ball because she'll find the net.
Watashi is good for 3.
Harwood picked up her dribble, and just a little confusion there, looks like, for the Lady Ponies. Not sure who was not doing what they were supposed to, but there was some confusion there. Harwood picked up her dribble and didn't seem to have anybody to pass it to, and then Kaiser got it and passed it to unopened, or basically just an open floor. And there's a nice rebound by Harwood. So here we go. Lady Ponies get something put together here in the last half minute of the third.
Byram with it, guarded by Williams. Pass to Harwood as she takes it back up near midcourt. Over to Kaiser.
Still appears to be some confusion on the Lady Ponies.
That's Hendricks.
3 by Hendricks. And kind of quietly, Trojans have extended their lead and jumped out 36-17. So up by 19 here going into the fourth. Kellyville came out strong in the third period right at the beginning and closed the game to 5, and then had 3 or 4 offensive possessions that they couldn't come up with anything. And in the meantime, Lady Trojans were putting the ball through the net, so they were able to extend that lead, and here we are at 36-17 starting the fourth. So hopefully Coach Todd has an answer over there, and she's talking to him, preparing them to start this fourth and final quarter. And here we go. We're underway here, the fourth final quarter of your Lady Ponies.
Pass inside to Coons. Coons out to Hendricks. Hendricks now back to Coons, guarded by Pickering. Out to 5. That shot's just long.
There's a nice block by Pickering to disrupt that play. They called that on Pickering.
I believe so.
That's going to be her first.
And that shot was good by Daniel.
Good jumper there by Daniel.
Harwood over to Byram. Byram to Kaiser. Kaiser to Pickering. Pickering now scanning, looking for somebody. Gets it. That pass is taken away by Hendricks as she drives it in. Her shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by 13. Rebounded by McGuire on the shot, no good from Coons. Harwood now. Her shot.
That's what we
just
need.
off
We
the
need
back
Hardwood
iron.
we need Hardwood or Pickering to get hot from the three-point line to get us back in this ball game.
Most definitely.
There's a shot off the mark, and there's McGuire. That's 9 rebounds for McGuire so far tonight. She's tearing up the boards. Here comes
now.
Kaiser.
That
Kaiser's
shot's in and out. Wow. Rebounded by Harwood. That shot's also no good. That's rebounded by 13 Valois as she gets it to Williams. Williams bringing it up the floor now. She gets it over to Hendricks. Hendricks back to Williams. Williams drives in.
Wow, that was a walk. Underneath.
Hendricks again, that shot's no good. Rebounded by Byram. Byram taking it up the floor. Two on one. Now both teams are down there. Kaiser taking it in. Her layup's just off the mark. Rebounded by Byram. Byram ends up hurdling through like a running back.
Possession
She could
arrows,
go all
Kellyville.
the way.
Kellyville with another timeout. So 5:36 left in the ball game. 38-17, Kellyville ball. Yeah, it's not unheard of. We get a good couple of productive possessions on offense, a couple of stops, and we can be right back in this ball game. But it seemed like in the third quarter there was some confusion from the Lady Ponies on offense. I'm not sure if they're trying to implement some new plays and they're just not comfortable, hadn't practiced enough with those plays or what's going on. But the girls seemed a little confused on where they were supposed to be and what they were supposed to be doing. Saw that from 2 or 3 players at the same time. So maybe we can get that cleaned up a little bit and come out here in this last 5:36 and be productive. Lady Pony ball here. Byron with the inbound.
Gets it into Peterson. Peterson now to Harwood. Over to Byram in the corner. Byram driving in now, pass to Pickering. Pickering back to Byram. Byram over to Kaiser, over to Peterson. Over to Harwood. Harwood for 3, and
There
it's
it
good.
Just what we need right there, folks. That was a good play right there. We had a screen set by Peterson and allowed Hardwood to get just enough time to launch that 3, and it's good. So we try to get a stop here, and Kaiser with the foul, so that's going to send. I'm calling that a shooting foul? I guess so. It's going to send Williams to the line for 2. I thought she was still 2 or 3 steps away from starting her shooting motion, but I'm not wearing the striped shirt, so don't matter what I think. And Williams hits both free throws, so that extends Kiefer's lead by 20. So 40-20 here, just under 5 minutes to go.
Harwood to Byram. Byram taking it in over to Kaiser. Kaiser now to Peterson. Peterson back to Kaiser. She looks. Byram now. Her shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Harwood. Harwood takes it. Jumper just off the mark. Rebounded by Williams. Gets it over to Hendricks, who gets it over to Coons. Coons is somewhat double teamed. Back to Hendricks. Hendricks drives in. Shot's just off the mark. Rebounded by Kaiser. Kaiser to Pickering. Over to Peterson, and she hesitates on that shot.
She was opening, wide open again. They're leaving her open. She just had that one attempt, but she needs to, I mean, to me, go ahead and put it up. Yeah, she's, confidence just isn't there, but I think she could shoot the ball as open as she's gotten. She has all day to shoot it.
And it sounds mean when I say it. I mean, it's fourth quarter. You got 3:42 left. You're down by 20. I mean, what's the worst you can do? You can.
Yeah, I mean, at this point with the little bit of time, 3-pointers, a lot of 3-pointers, the only thing that get you back in it, and you for sure can't make them if you don't shoot them. So
right, exactly.
As open as they were leaving her. Now, of course, I'm sitting here telling her to shoot. She may have other directions from Coach Todd.
Yeah.
Because Peterson doesn't shoot the ball a whole lot. She's a great defensive player, gets a lot of rebounds. But, at some point you got to gain that confidence and start shooting the ball. I know I've experienced that with my son when he was younger, in his younger years.
I mean, Wayne Gretzky or Michael Scott, depending on the way you look at it, said it best. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So.
For sure. And Kiefer just continuing to increase their lead here.
Pickering to Kaiser. Kaiser dribbling in and out to Byram. Byram with the shot. That shot's just off the front of the rim. Jump ball. Kiefer ball.
So it looks like the Lady Trojans are going to maintain their unbeaten record and move to 12-0 as they got a commanding lead here at 46-20 with 2:40 left. Yeah, they played a much better game against the Lady Ponies played a much better game against the Trojans at Ripley. So I'm not sure what changed tonight, but the Ponies just couldn't. I think that first half, just falling behind, just not being able to produce on offense is what really got them. I was hoping Kiefer would have the same issues down there on that west goal, but they didn't experience the same thing. There's another block.
Another block.
I'm not keeping track of Kiefer stats, but if I was guessing, that's got to be 5 or 6, 7 blocks from Coons tonight.
Harwood for three.
Harwood's had those nights where she's gotten 3 or 4 or 5 3-pointers to fall, and it's too bad that we couldn't put that together a little quicker tonight. There's a foul called, so 46-23. Peterson coming in for Byram.
Harwood, her shot's blocked by Coons.
Harwood just didn't get it out there quick enough to her. Coons was able to step up and get fingertips on it. There's wide open underneath. But McGuire with another rebound. That's 11 rebounds for McGuire on the night, so she's having a decent night.
Another block by Coons.
I'm not sure that was a clean block. I got headphones on, and I felt like I could hear the slap. She knocked that ball out, but with basically 1 minute left, kind of a moot point. But there's a rebound by Peterson, and she just
Throws it right to
throws
Hendricks.
it right to Hendricks.
Harwood guarding Hendricks. She gets a little tip on it, but can't get retainment of it. Is that a word, retainment? Anyway, Hendricks' shot is good. 48-23. McGuire trips up on it.
That ball knocked out, 16.3 seconds left. So I would imagine Kiefer, I would think they would just hold the ball here, but I don't know.
I mean, might as well run up the score when you can.
Harwood is guarding there. And Kuntz is going to hold it. And your final, Lady Trojans, Kiefer 48, Lady Ponies 23. So heartbreak loss here for your Lady Ponies. And hopefully, like I said, I'd kind of like to see the refs call a little bit tighter game for the boys, or I'm afraid it'll get out of hand.
Absolutely.
But we'll see here, folks. It should be about a 10-minute, maybe about a 10-minute. They haven't put any time up on the clock. They just put 12 minutes up, so should see you back here in about 10 minutes. Let these boys get warmed up, and we'll be back. And a quick 2 points by Bellis.
That didn't even give him time to reset the score.
So Wiggs gets the tip, tips it right to Bellis. Bellis goes right in for the lay-in. So quick 2. There's a deep 3 by Roten. And they're going to get Norris on a foul.
Well, they may not be as loose this game with their whistles, so.
Yeah, that in the girls' game, that right there wouldn't have been called. I mean, that's kind of good. I mean, don't let them play, but like I said before, you got to be careful about it getting too far out of hand.
Harris comes up with it, and they're going to call that a foul.
Oh, my. Man, I might have wished for the wrong thing.
I know. There's a border between strict and laxed.
Starting off extremely tight on the fouls as Norris will take a break.
Barber passing it in for the Trojans. That's to number 5, Roten. Over to number 1, Rector.
There's a steal by Bellis.
Comes up with it. Now Roten gets it over to Holt. And Holt's shot is good. Bellis bringing it up the floor now for the Ponies. Guarded closely by Harris. Wiggs now. Over to Thomas. That's Chronister on the wing. Over to Wiggs. Wiggs guarded by Holt. And a foul.
They're going to call it on the floor. So Kellyville ball inbounds under the goal. Bellis with the inbound here.
Passes it to Wiggs. Wiggs for 3. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by Holt. Gets it to Harris. Harris now to Roten. Holt inside. Harris now on the wing. Evan with the deflection. Chronister coming up with it. That is knocked by Barber.
Chronister thought he was fouled, came up looking for the foul call, but ball just knocked out of bounds.
And Roten comes up and takes that one out of midair. Great job by Chronister there.
The ref's not real excited about that charge call. He just kind of pointed to the other end of the court. And
I've seen some refs that get pretty animated with that call.
with a charge, yeah, the charge is an exciting call.
Yeah, and he's
he
bleh.
no excitement whatsoever.
Easton passed that ball, and Evan Karate Kid kicked it into the
He did
padding.
because Roten basically moving screen, they didn't call it, and shoulder checked Wiggs as he came in for that pass.
Barber now with it, guarded by Chronister. Easton Nance over there to hold it down. That's Roten with the shot. His shot's no good. Barber with the actual rebound. Nance and Thomas both on standby. Harris now driving in. Rebounded by Holt after that shot's no good.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. Holt's free throw is good. Thomas to Nance now. And that pass is deflected by Harris. So he gets it to Wiggs. Wiggs to Thomas. Thomas loses it. Barber now bringing it up, guarded by Hurst. Roten on the block. Pony ball.
So 5-2 here. Trojans with the lead. Bell's coming back in, going to give Chronister a rest. Pony's starting a little bit like their sisters here. Kind of having a...
Wiggs for three. That's just off the mark. Rebounded by Roten as he's sitting on Corey Hurst.
Well, I don't know what.
I don't know how that's not
That's not
something.
a foul on somebody.
There's got to be something there.
He came down on Hurst like Hurst was giving him a pony ride or something.
Well, I mean, it's in the name, I guess.
Right? Oh, my.
Barber shot off the mark, rebounded by number 10, Connor Thomas. Now Bellis bringing it down over to Nance. Nance faked out the three, and that shot's just off the mark. Got Harris to jump a mile away.
Called a white. It's a white ball, so it's Kellyville ball. Thomas for three. And that's off the mark. Going to be rebounded by Kiefer. Barber.
Over to Harris in the corner. Harris a shot just off the mark. Rebounded by Bellis.
You know, I know we're not supposed to do this, but I'm just thoroughly unimpressed with the officiating.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if these guys are just having a bad couple of games. That really the girls' game was just, and not one sided. I'm not griping as far as a Pony fan. Just we could do better. I mean, that's it. That's all I'm going to say is they need to do better.
I mean, some of these calls are either uncalled for or uncalled, period. So
yeah, there's no medium. It's one extreme to the other. Either a blatant call that's blatant foul that's not called, or
horseback riding over here in the lane. I mean,
somebody just barely touching somebody and then making a call.
Bellish for three. That's super deep, and that's not good. Barber with the rebound. He brings it up the floor for the Trojans. That's a travel.
There's another travel, and that Kiefer's able to come up with it. And then the ball goes out of bounds, so finally Kellyville ball.
Even the ball's like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. Like,
so here we go. Maybe the Ponies get something started here. 5-2. Been 5-2 for a couple minutes now.
Bellis to Wiggs on the elbow. Wiggs shot. His shot's good. Barber now bringing it up. Bellis keeping his distance. Now double teamed by Bellis and Chronister. Over to Harris. Double teamed again. Barber contested, makes the shot. There's nothing there. Thomas now to Bellis. Bellis takes it in, and that shot's good. As they try to get a charge on him.
1 point ball game, 7-6, 1:30 left. Bellis with the rebound.
Gets it to Thomas. Thomas, lay-in is good and a foul.
So Tom's going to go to the line, try to make a three-point play here. That was a good, strong drive layup by Thomas to get that ball to go after being fouled. So good job there. And Kellyville with the first lead here in the first quarter with 1:15 on that Thomas layup. And his free throw's no good. And Kiefer comes up with the rebound.
That shot
Barber
falls.
able to get it to go in there. So 1 point ball game the other way, 9-8, Kiefer.
Cronister now to Thomas. Thomas going in and fouled.
Thomas going to go to the line. Five team fouls on Kiefer. Our board's messed up again, so we can't see the foul count
Per usual.
on our side.
Nothing's new.
And Thomas makes his first.
Tie game 9-9.
And Thomas gets his second. The first quarter's about 30
Winding down.
seconds from expiring. 1 point ball game, 10-9. Ponies ahead. Looks like Kiefer's going to be okay with the last one shot. They pass the ball around. And now here comes the double team. Forces it inside in the paint to Thomas with the rebound there.
Now Hurst bringing it up the floor. He's guarded by Barber. Over to Cronister now. Back to Hurst. Hurst, wide open shot. Just off the mark. And that's the end of the first quarter. Ponies lead by 1, 10-9. 8, 7, 6. Well, Terry, takeaways. First quarter, what you got?
Well, we got to do a little better on our shooting. One, I don't think we're getting enough shots on goal, and two, we're taking a few kind of ill-advised shots. I think we need to just keep driving the paint, and we may or may not get a call, who knows? But I think keep driving the paint. And I think we're doing a pretty decent job doing that rotating defense where we do traps. That's produced a couple of turnovers. So the only thing I would say about that rotating defense on those traps is it is creating an open man right in the paint. They've had a couple of Barber's had a couple easy jumpers just hanging out right there in the paint, about 2 foot inside the free throw line. When they're doing those traps. So but here we go, start of the second quarter here.
Barber over to Rector now. Number 3, I don't have his name. That's Sweeney. That shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Wiggs. Wiggs gets it to Norris. Norris taking it down the floor. Gets it to Bellis over in the corner. Bellis for 3. Just off the mark.
Bellis just rushed that three-pointer there. I got to talk about Bellis a little bit. He had
Great
Nice.
play there.
Nice pass, tip in. Nice pass in by Norris and tip in for Wiggs. But Bellis there in that last game against Newkirk there, Ripley, 27 points. So he had a fantastic night. The ball got loose and it opened up the defense, and Kiefer with an easy layup by Barber.
Norris, his shot's good.
Good floater there by Norris. 3-point ball game. Ponies with the lead, 6:45.
Barber now. Distantly guarded by Norris and Thomas.
So we got Miles and Mosby out of the game tonight. So those are very productive, active starters.
Great defense there by Chronister to get that shot contested. That rebound by Wiggs. Now Norris with the shot. His shot's no good. Almost gets the rebound. Rector with the rebound from Kiefer as he brings it down the floor. And Rector with the three-point shot. That's good. Tie game.
So back to Miles and Mosby. You know, that's kind of disrupts the Ponies' offense a little bit. Plays they're not used to. I'm not just saying this because of who I am, but they call a foul on him, but he got pushed to the ground.
Like I said, I'm impressed.
I'm confused. I don't know what they saw in that. Again, just unimpressed with. Nice work there by Bellis to stay with that rebound. There's another miss. And Wiggs is in and out on his jumper. And there's that paint jumper again that I was talking about by Barber. Hopefully you can make some adjustments with that.
Hirsch three is.
And Wiggs with a second foul. Like I said, these refs, I'm telling you now, they better get control of this game. There's some shoulder checking going on, a few elbows.
See, like that's
that was a foul on us, and
yeah.
It's just uncalled.
Both of us saw that.
You just can't continue to. That can't continue to happen. There's another foul, and he called a jump ball. If they're going to allow that to continue to take place, these boys are going to get frustrated and start taking it out on each other.
Yeah. There's a foul there.
Hirsch with the rebound.
Norris three just off the mark. That's rebounded by Rector. Harris for three in the corner. That shot's good. And once again, the ball is leaving the arena. It's done just as much as anybody else is.
3:54. Trojans up 19-14.
Norris to Hurst. Hurst now to Cronister. To Thomas. Thomas driving in. There's a foul there. Harris now.
Another three by Rector. So quickly, the game getting out of control. 22-14 by Kiefer.
I hate to be biased and I hate to be that guy, but this is one of the most unprofessional officiated games, 2 games, that I think I've ever seen, and we're only halfway into this one. So, I mean, I hate to be that guy who blames the refs for, the
I'm
game.
not. Yeah, it's not. I don't say you're blaming because it has nothing to do with the score.
Right.
You could reverse the score, and I'd be saying the same thing. Just a few minutes ago, we called a foul on our own guy that they did not call.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, I've watched these 2 teams. They can get pretty chippy with each other over the last 4 or 5 years, and they don't get control, they're going to
lose it fast.
It's not going to be a good ending.
Yeah, I can see some tempers flare.
Because any players are going to get upset if they're continuing to get fouled and it's not getting called.
Norris's shot.
They're going to get upset with it.
Short, rebounded by Cronister as he puts it back up.
Nice put back by Cronister there. But it doesn't matter what shirt you're wearing, what name you have on your shirt. I think 9 out of 10 players are, after a while, are just gonna get tired of it and get upset. Cronister with a nice steal there. And he loses the handle and goes out of bounds.
And I hate the sheer thought of Malice at the Palace type game, but I mean,
Yeah, and I'm glad they're not, but I'm surprised the fans are not more being more vocal with what I'm witnessing anyway. And Rector with another easy jumper in the paint. They got to get an answer for Rector. I'm sorry, not Rector, Barber. He's had multiple just jumpers right in the paint that we're not contesting really.
Cronister to Bellis. Bellis now on the elbow.
Nice
His shot's
shot.
good.
Nice pull-up jumper by Bellis.
Rector now over to Barber. Barber to Sweeney in the corner. His shot's no good. Rebound Bellis, guarded by Harris.
Harris lost a shoe, so 5-on-4 momentarily.
Big shot just off the mark. Rebound Barber.
We missed an easy opportunity there. I don't think Wiggs was expecting the pass, and
it's rebounded by Harris.
That's a walk.
That's a mega walk. Norris now. Inbound or pass to Thomas, and that's Kiefer coach is calling for a jump ball.
And a jump ball. That is not a jump ball. I don't know why he's continuing to do that, but because he's already made his call, you're not going to change it.
Well, I've seen some pretty insane things happen in this gym.
Yeah, I guess.
Bellis Norris in the coach's box.
We're playing for last shot.
And there's another blatant foul call just missed by these referees. It's Rector. That's a walk. Norris loses it. That's an out of bounds call. I can just keep going, but I'm not, you know, the guy in the.
Yeah, Norris stepped out of bounds, threw it back
suit.
in, and they didn't call it. I think this ref near us, because Norris, we got the rebound, we were coming back. I think he turned his back and was running down the court. I think he just didn't see that, but.
Rector for three. That's off the mark. Rebounded by Thomas, and that's the end of the first half.
So 8-point ball game, and Coach Fairchild is giving his 2 cents to the refs, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't blame him in the slightest. He's walking with him now.
Yeah, he's still chewing on their ear a little bit. It's absolutely rightfully so. Rightfully so. This is
putting their input in.
Yeah, I think this is bad. Maybe everybody come out in the second half and everybody will just have a better game. Players, coaches, officials.
Woo, Coach Fairchild is animated right now.
And Coach Winters he's chewing on the other one.
We'd normally go to our break right about now. But
And here's the thing. This just go to you folks. I don't know, how much camera work or how much you're being able to see what we're saying. I think the camera's just center court, so you can see Coach Winters there talking to the ref. But what you probably didn't see was probably off screen a little bit. Was here it is. Kiefer's up by 8, and even their coach.
He stayed on the floor.
Was having conversations and talking to the refs.
I don't know how anybody in this building is not more vocal about this. I mean, that's what from both sides.
I'm happy because I don't want to see it get.
Exactly.
I don't want to see the fans getting into it with each other. But I'm really shocked. The history of these two teams we're just really it's a rivalry. We're really competitive. Between us and Kiefer, we always have been, and we usually always play really close games. And over the years, it sometimes it's come down to 1 or 2 calls by the officials that's kind of done things for the game. But so I'm kind of shocked. But on the other hand, I'm glad that Kiefer fans and the Pony fans are keeping it in check. Regardless of what they're seeing on the floor. So, folks, we'll come back here in about 6 minutes or so. Once again, your halftime score is Kiefer 26, Kellyville 18. See you in a few.
are back. About 37 seconds remaining in the half. Remaining in halftime.
Well, Jacob, I'm hoping for a better second half from everybody.
I'm hoping for a looser, strict whistling, if that makes sense. I hope it makes perfect sense, but
you know, I guess the only positive thing is it's. I can't say that it's one-sided officiating.
Yeah,
it's definitely not one-sided.
But there definitely could be some better calls.
Yeah, they're missing some calls that, again, I think it's going to cause some issues. But we'll see. Hopefully everybody has had their break and going to come out more productive. So here we go.
Harris now looking for something, drives in. His layup's off the mark, rebounded by Wiggs. Now Wiggs takes it down. The only one down there is Barber. And he gets it.
So if the Ponies can put together a couple of those, get a couple of stops and a couple of productive offensive possessions.
There's a foul on Thomas.
Keep an eye on Bellis. Bellis is definitely not 100%. Not sure what's going on, if there's injury or illness or what's happened. But man, I tell you what, he's in there giving 110%. So
yeah, and you can tell even
he's got his hands on his knees back here. Defensive end coach come out, give him a kind of a pat. So something's going on there, but it's not definitely there's no lack of effort. So I commend him for the effort there. There's a nice pass. Speaking of Bellis, there's a nice assist by Bellis as he gets it into Wiggs for the easy layup. And there's a ball knocked loose. Norris comes up with it. Here comes Norris to Thomas. And Thomas is fouled as he goes in for the shot. So Thomas going to go to the line. The only Pony so far tonight to be at the line. And he's 2 of 3.
They've got 3 of 4.
So that kind of tells you, folks, they're not sending many people to the line tonight.
4 or 5.
Thomas with that flat free throw. I don't know how it makes it with the front of the rim,
I know.
But hey, it works. So 4 or 5 for Thomas from the line.
And Cronister ran back to the locker room. Oh no, Cronister's on the floor. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
Now the double dribble and an elbow. Ball's off the mark and Rector comes up with it. Cronister with the pressure. Now Cronister backs off, sinks down into the paint. And Roten right at the top of the paint. 31-24.
Bellis, his shot's off the mark, put back by Wiggs, no good. Foul on number 1.
Another thing that I'm noticing, and it may just be the disruption of our rotation and starting 5, but the Ponies don't seem to be playing high pace, quick pace ball. I've always said that we do really well playing quick pace offense, and just then we kind of came down, had a bunch of boys just kind of standing around, holding the ball. So Cronister with a rebound.
Oh, Wiggs. Oh, man. Jump ball.
And stays with the Ponies. Wiggs almost got that tip in. It rolled around the rim, fell out. Thomas for kind of a real pretty contested two-point shot there. Cronister
sends it to Bellis.
Bellis. Cronister a little too much on that. Bellis couldn't catch up with it. But hey, smart move on Cronister there. He down at the end, he got the ball. He picked it up, so he picked up his dribble, and then it got knocked loose. So it was smart for him to recognize that he could dribble again, and took off with the defender right on him.
Bellis in the corner, got Harris to jump.
Nice. Nice jumper by Bellis. Here comes Barber.
Great poke away by Norris there.
You know, it's been a long week with distance learning, Omicron, all kinds of things going on, and man, I almost feel like we're looking at 10 kids on the floor that have been sick or something.
Yeah.
They don't. Neither team's got a lot of high energy tonight. By no means am I saying that everybody's sick. It just kind of gives that appearance.
Yep. Wiggs
with a jumper, and it's off the mark. Here
Barber
comes
now.
Barber.
Guarded closely by Norris.
Especially these two teams, usually we watch, and I mean, it's high energy, back and forth, real fast pace. Tonight just seems to be kind of sluggish on both sides.
And both teams are usually pretty sparky. There's usually more of a spark and kind of flair.
Yeah, that's not here tonight.
To it. It's almost like it's not even a rivalry. It's almost like it's just another ball game.
Yeah, it's, you know what, I kind of get the feel like this is one of those situations where teams have and I think they're gonna, I don't know who they're gonna get, if they're gonna get Wiggs or Norris. That's gonna be his third, so.
Looks like Connor Thomas is gonna come in for Evan Wiggs. Kyler Holt to the line now. His first one's off the front rim.
The 5-point ball game, 33-28, 3:27 left here in the third. That shot's off the mark. And there's another uncalled foul, but as Thomas comes up with that rebound, he's shoved in the back.
Norris to Bellis.
I'm
lost.
completely confused. That foul called on Kiefer, but I didn't see absolutely nothing. And just seconds before that, like I said, Thomas was clearly shoved in the back as he went up for that rebound. No call there, and then we get a call on the other end for, you know, I mean, it's in Kellyville favor, but again, I'm amazed.
Yeah, I am absolutely lost.
Corey Hurst in for Kellyville. Nice defense right there at the top. That's a walk.
He did a little tap dance in there while.
Yeah, Johnson didn't have a pivot foot, just turned both completely around with both feet and shot that and got it in.
Hirsch now to Bellis. Bellis shoots a three, and that three is good from Bellis. Like you said, he may not be looking good right now, but he is definitely putting forth the effort.
Yeah, his teammates hopefully realize that. They're high-fiving him down there, so I think they do. And again, I'm not going to speculate on what the issues are, injury, illness, whatever it is. You can just tell that he's not 100%.
Yeah.
But I can't harp on it more. I mean, he's definitely, regardless of what's going on with him, it's not affecting his effort. So.
Do you have a total foul count?
I don't.
No.
I can't see. I can't see the side.
I know both teams haven't went into bonus.
Yeah, definitely not. I think in the first half, I know at one point Kiefer had 5, but I don't know about Kellyville, and I have no idea here in this second half what the foul count is. There's Hirsch putting the pressure on Harris, but Harris does get it across the line. Hirsch still with the pressure. Harris picks the ball up now. Pass to Barber. Barber with the jumper. And Thomas again with the rebound with all kinds of pressure in the back. Here comes Hirsch. Hirsch with a nice jumper. And that's good for Hirsch.
Closing the gap.
So 2-point ball game. And here comes Roten. And the jumper in the paint. He gets it to fall. And Norris not able to get that over.
Hirsch for three.
3-point ball game, and here's a quick break here, 2-on-2, and Johnson with the easy lay-in. Here comes Norris. And Norris gets the foul called against Barber.
That ref is very unenthusiastic.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw that, but it was just a simple like that. And
he's definitely no animation.
I've seen some refs like full on thrust the air when they call that block, but I mean he just threw his hands up.
And Norris, unfortunately, takes the first one off the back of the rim, and here comes Wiggs giving Bellis a break. The Wiggs coming in with 3 fouls here with 59 seconds left in the third. Norris comes up with the rebound. That ball's blocked, but Wiggs gets it. And
he had the entire town of Kiefer surrounding him.
Yeah, he trying to go up, and Barber, that's his third. And he's kind of disgusted with the call, but I'm not sure what the ref is. And Wiggs. Hirsch with some great pressure defense right there.
Called the ponies for a reason, Terry, but
Yeah.
not that one.
Yeah, I guess. That ball just got outside of our guys underneath, and there's an easy lay-in there by Johnson, I believe it was. So 43-37, 6-point ball game.
Norris to Chronister over to Thomas in the corner. Inside to Wiggs. Wiggs pulls up on Johnson. And that shot's off the back iron. Into the third quarter, 43-37. Trojans with the lead against the Kellyville Ponies. Woo. I can't say much more about this because I don't know how much more I can say about this.
Yeah, I mean, really a very low scoring game going into the fourth quarter, 43-37. Coach Fairchild over there coaching them up, trying to get them trying to talk them up a little bit. And here we go, about to start the fourth and final quarter of this contest. Kiefer with the lead, 43-37. And Kiefer has the ball. Back door, no good. Contested there by Thomas. Bellis come up with a rebound.
Norris hesitant with the three. Bellis now for three. That's off the mark.
Yeah,
Rebounded by.
I don't know if you saw that, but as Holt went past Bellis as he jumped in the air, he grabbed his shoulder. No call. Bellis came back down and did reset to shoot, but
even there,
that's not a walk. Oh my gosh. Barber underneath the basket, just shuffling his feet, waiting for Wiggs and Thomas to jump up and down.
Bellis again for three. That's off the mark. Tipped in by Hirsch. Taken by Holt. Now Harris down at the other end. Bellis putting good contest on, but can't get it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Coach Fairchild calls a timeout reasonably after that awful call.
Oh my. You know, here's what's interesting. Here's what's interesting about that. The ref that called that charge
was nowhere near the charge.
Was on the west side of half court line, and you had a ref
3 foot away
underneath the goal, 4 or 5 feet away from the call, and he stood there and watched while the other ref called a charge from on the other end of the court.
I mean, this has quickly escalated to a 12-point ball game, but I'm not saying that's the ref's fault, because I mean there's no way that is. But what is the ref's fault is making calls like that.
Yeah, it just
the only thing
really
I can
have
say
any
is
words.
I'm impressed, and I'm impressed by how genuinely awful it is.
Well, and I have to say again, I'm really I'm really impressed with the fans that this hasn't. The fans aren't more involved as far as the way this game is being played out, but.
Good job by Wiggs there to
with
take
the
that out of
steal.
the air. And behind the back, he passes to Thomas, and Thomas is fouled by Holt.
So we'll send Thomas to the line. And Thomas with that, again, that flat free throw.
Yeah.
It amazes me.
I don't know if you've noticed, but that's kind of like Kenny Mosby's three-point shot. It's very just straightforward. And I mean, hey, if it goes in, it goes in.
Yeah, he's 6 of 7 from the line. So I mean, it may look funny, but it works. So that's all that matters. And really, Kiefer kind of, they seem to be almost playing like a keep-away game here with just under 6 minutes to go, a 10-point ball game. They weren't attempting to go to the basket at all on that. And their coach called a timeout, so I'm not sure that was technically what they were supposed to be doing, but.
Well, Terry, you been keeping up with OU football?
Yeah, it's been hard.
Think about entering the transfer portal.
Yeah, going back and forth. The NIL, I just real quick give a little personal opinion. NIL is running college sports.
And for those of you who don't know, NIL is name, image, and likeness of a player.
When you can have a player like Williams for OU, and you can have individual offer him $1 million to leave OU and go play somewhere else. That things like that shouldn't happen. I'm not against players being able to earn money while they're in college playing for a team, but
the way it's being used is very abused. So I mean, it's just, and they can't really go back on it. So anyway, back to the game. Rector now, he's double teamed, and Wiggs takes that ball away. Chronister finally gets it. He's fouled. And that's Holt's fourth.
And we're finally in bonus. 5:41 in the fourth. We moved to bonus, so Chronister's going to shoot 1-1 here. And his attempt's no good. Kiefer comes up with the rebound. And a three by Roten.
Bellis now. His shot is tipped, looked like. That rebounds by Sweeney. Norris gets that takeaway. He goes down with it. Oh, man.
I'm not sure what happened there. I think Wiggs was afraid to touch the ball because it wasn't coming out of the rim. Didn't want to get called for goaltending there, but. And Barber able to get it to roll.
Wiggs is fouled there.
So Wiggs jumps up, grabs that rebound, tries to put it back, and he's going to be fouled as he does that, so he'll go to the line.
That's got to be Barber's fourth, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't hear the call.
I think that's Barber's fourth. He's going out of the game. Looks like Harris is going to check in for him, and Nance is going to come in for Norris.
So Wiggs makes that, brings it to 54-40, and he makes his second one. So 54-41, 4:35, and there's the trap, and that ball goes flying out of bounds. It's going to be Kiefer ball. I think that went off of Wiggs' foot. And we had pressure, but we didn't get back in time. And there's a nice drive by Chronister for two. Here comes the trap again. And Rector goes in and decides to bring it back out and set something up. 3:58. There's a nice chip away by Chronister, and here comes Nance. The 3:42 left. 56-43. Kiefer. We're doing this trap, but we're not. We're letting them get by too quickly, and there's a good trap right there. There comes Nance.
That's a foul right there.
Nance to Wiggs. Wiggs goes up. He's going to be fouled on the shot. That's Roten's third. And Wiggs gets his first one to fall. And a second one. Rebound by Hurst.
Good move by Corey Hurst there as he gets it out to Chronister. And Chronister, his shot's just off the mark. That's rebounded by Barber. And he's pushing off.
Timeout Kiefer. 56-45. And see, on that play there, it was a foul on Nance, but you can't. The offensive player dribbling the ball cannot use his free hand to push the defender off, and that's exactly what was happening. Nance did foul him reaching in, but before that foul, he was being pushed off by the offensive player.
.246 remaining in the fourth quarter. Once again, we say for, I'm sorry I keep interrupting you.
No, it's fine.
One thing we keep trying to say, is keep trying to get across is that we are not by any means saying that the score is the referee's fault. We are not saying that the score can be changed or altered by the referees, but we are saying that there are some missed calls on both sides of the ball.
Again,
Exactly.
Barbara pushing off. Nance Garden and Barbara using that free hand to push him away.
Norris gets it. Barber coming behind him. And now he's double teamed. Wiggs, he's contested. Rector, he goes out and gets a lay-in.
That's a technical right there on Rector.
I didn't see what he did.
He grabbed the ball after it went through the basket. He grabbed the ball. There's no reason to touch the ball.
Sweeney over here.
There, a foul called on, I believe, Nance. As Roden was bringing the ball down, Nance kind of shoved him, pushed him to the out-of-bounds marker. Trying to, have him maybe possibly dribble out of bounds, but just got a little too close.
There's another push-off from Sweeney this time. So he goes down in the air, metals a layup.
Hirsch with the rebound. That, I believe, should be on Rector. No,
they're calling that on Holt, and that's Holt's 5th foul.
That puts Kellyville in double bonus, so Hirsch was shooting 2 anyway on a shooting foul, but for the remainder of the 135, we'll be going to the line for 2 on foul calls, if in fact we get any. And Hirsch makes his first attempt. And gets the second one to fall in.
I don't know if you saw that, but that stopped on the back of the rim for a mere second.
It set there right on the rim. And Nance with the steal of the loose ball here.
Bellis now back to Nance. Nance drives in. His shot's blocked by Johnson.
I think it's just a matter of disrupted offense, just not used to the cohesion. It makes it rough when you get a couple starters that are out of the game. The other players tonight, Hurst and Nance and Chronister, all contribute and get play time, but it's a different ball game when you change your starters. So, and Wiggs with an easy lay-in. So 11-point ball game, 60-59, 43 seconds. Don't think that we're quite close enough to do something. 43 seconds, still a lot of time, but you'd have to have a couple of threes, a couple of stops and a couple of threes to contest this game right here with 43 seconds left. The Kiefer ball, so they need a quick takeaway right here and a putback. If they could do that a couple of times and only use a few seconds, this game may be within their reach. I believe it'll hinge on this possession right here. If they allow Kiefer to get down the court and use any kind of time whatsoever, that's going to close the game. But if Kellyville can force a turnover right here and get some points back on offense, they'll give themselves a chance right here at the end. And there it is. Norris. Norris with 2 on that turnover there. Why is the clock running? Why was the clock running? We had the clock running on that inbounds pass before they inbounded it. And that's our own people running the clock.
Yeah.
So 9-point ball game, 60-51, 32.3 seconds. Kiefer trying to do that inbounds. The clock running on the inbounds, which shouldn't have taken place. They run at least 5-6 seconds off. I guess it wasn't 5 seconds there. They should have got the 5-second call, but 3 or 4 seconds anyway.
What is going on?
They don't know where to inbounds the ball. It should be underneath the net. It should be under the goal.
Right over this way, right?
What are we doing?
The ball should be right over there.
It should be baseline.
That should be a baseline pass.
Because they called timeout before he threw the ball in. Oh, my goodness. They're trying to foul, and they wait till 3. Oh. So right there on an intentional foul, well, not an intentional foul, but we all know what we're talking about here. We grab Barber's arm. One of our players, I can't remember which, I think it was Chronister, and they didn't call the foul. They waited till 2 other ponies came over and basically tied the ball up.
There's got to be something there, too.
I'm really impressed. I don't know if there's any Trojan fans watching, but I'm really impressed with these two teams and these sets of players, because
by now I would have been.
They could have easily.
I would have been ejected.
Yeah, there could have been some really negative things going on in the court. So
I would have been off the team.
All these players, I commend them for keeping their composure during this disaster of a game. And I'm not talking about the score at all. I really think this is one of the worst games I've ever experienced. It's a mess.
Yeah, there's no control in it whatsoever.
Again, the refs don't know what's going on. They're having a conference here.
Might as well run the clock to run the game out.
Yeah, 26.2 seconds, 9-point ball game with Roten at the line. I think shooting 2, but I don't know. There's a shooting foul. But that's weird. Did he just shoot one free throw?
Yeah. What is this too? And this gym is cleared out.
So down here, Roten was fouled as he went up for the layup. He missed the layup, and they put him at the line shooting 1.
Right, and we're missing a point for Kiefer on the scoreboard. It's 61 because he shot that shot and made it, didn't he?
No,
he missed it. He missed it.
He missed it.
Well, still
he missed it. That's what I'm saying. He missed the free throw. He should have had 2 shots. It was a shooting foul. He missed the layup, and they just gave him 1 free throw.
Right. So maybe I think the refs were thinking 1 and 1.
Yeah, I think so.
And now we're just throwing it up from half court.
So you got 62. Now they fixed it. It's 10-point ball game. We're having to.
Now we've got 63 and 52. Now they're in double bonus. I believe the score is 62-51. That is my score that I have had. That's my score that I'm going to stay with. 63-51. There it is. Okay.
They just changed 65. That is, so there's your final vote, 65-51.
64. It's 64.
Uh,
Scoreboard can say what it wants. My scoreboard's right. 64-51. I have no words to say about this game other than
yeah,
great
I mean,
game by both teams.
I think I got to commend both teams. This game was so out of hand, and all the players kept their composure. There were some blatant fouls not called, some fouls that were called that maybe shouldn't have been. But we're past that. You know, I think Kellyville just struggled, like I said, that cohesion of you got your starting five and with Mosby and Miles out of the game tonight, that just it kind of threw a kink in things, and that's not taken away from Chronister and Nance and Hurst. Those guys have contributed all year long, and they're great contributors. But it's just different. I mean,
right.
Any basketball team will tell you, you start with five guys for multiple games, and then all of a sudden you switch two of those guys, and those guys aren't even coming on the floor. So you switch two of those guys, and now you bring two other starters, which means now those two other guys who were off the bench players are starters. So now you're farther in on your bench, bringing in other players. And it can just mess up the cohesion of the team, and I think that's kind of what happened tonight. But the other thing that I saw was even from Kiefer, this wasn't the high energy, high powered game tonight from,
I felt like
either team.
I felt like I was getting more hyped up here than I was, or than the players were. And I mean, of course, I don't know that for sure. There may be a little bit more hype behind the scenes. But, this is a rivalry. This is back and forth. And, of course, it was back and forth for some of the game. But, I mean, this is what a rivalry is all about. It's like OU and Texas.
Yeah, this felt like that these two teams were playing each other maybe for the first time, like out of district, maybe from either like somebody from Oklahoma City coming up here and playing a game.
Yeah.
Or like a preseason scrimmage.
It was very slow paced. It wasn't too fast, too high energy. And I think most of that could come from sickness, illness, recovery, maybe even injuries. We don't have Miles or Mosby in, so we don't have those three-point shooters. We don't have a good playmaker in Miles. We don't have, so we're missing some key players, but we're also
and I'm not sure on their conditions. We'll be back here Tuesday night. So, hopefully it'll be a different outcome for your ponies on both sides. So I guess we'll see you guys Tuesday night. Be safe this weekend. Supposed to get
Absolutely.
A little bit of weather. So if you don't have to go anywhere, just stay home, enjoy, look out the window and enjoy the snowfall if in fact we get some. So
right.
We'll see you Tuesday.
I'll say this real quick. Congratulations, Kiefer, on the win. Both Kiefer boys and girls, you guys played awesome tonight. Ponies, you guys played awesome tonight. Of course, it's not how we at KV Rising wanted it to turn out, but it's the way it turned out. So, once again, congratulations, guys. We'll see you guys next week in the Kiefer tournament for sure. So, we'll see you guys Tuesday night, though, as Ponies host Manford. So, we'll see you then. Be safe. Have a good one. Good night, KV Rising.